The Complete Guide to Hiring in Germany. Compliance, Contracts and Costs. Your strategic roadmap to building a compliant workforce in Europe's largest economy. Why Germany? Germany represents the crown jewel of the European market. As the largest economy in the European Union and the fourth largest globally, it offers access to a highly skilled, multilingual workforce of approximately 45 million people. The country's renowned dual education system, engineering excellence, and stable economic environment make it an irresistible destination for companies seeking top-tier talent and strategic European expansion. However, the path to hiring in Germany is paved with regulatory complexity. The country's labour laws are among the most comprehensive and employee protective in the world. For international companies, navigating this landscape without expert guidance can lead to severe financial penalties, legal disputes, and reputational damage. This guide provides a practical roadmap for HR leaders, founders, and decision-makers looking to hire employees in Germany. We'll cover the critical aspects of German employment law, payroll obligations, compliance risks, and demonstrate how Deel's localized expertise transforms these challenges into strategic advantages. The 3 paths to hiring in Germany. Before diving into compliance details, it's essential to understand your options for employing people in Germany. Each approach comes with distinct advantages, risks, and resource requirements. 1. Establishing a legal entity, GmbH, setting up a German subsidiary, typically a Gesellschaft mit beschränkter Haftung, GmbH, allows direct employment relationships with your German workforce. What it involves: creating articles of association, Satzung, applying to the commercial register, Handelsregister, opening a business bank account, registering with tax authorities and social security institutions, ongoing compliance with German corporate and employment law pros, complete control over the workforce and operations, direct employer-employee relationship, cons, significant time investment, often 3 to 6 months, substantial financial commitment, direct responsibility for all regulatory compliance, ongoing administrative burden. Best for large enterprises planning long-term, substantial operations in Germany. Hiring independent contractors. Engaging independent contractors, Freiberufler or Selbstständige, offers flexibility for short-term projects or specialized tasks. Pros: cost-effective for temporary work, rapid engagement. Contractors handle their own taxes and social security. Cons: no operational control over the worker. Significant compliance risks, if misclassified, can result in severe penalties, including back taxes, social security contributions, and legal claims. Critical risk: Germany has strict criteria distinguishing employees from independent contractors. Misclassification is aggressively pursued by German authorities, including the German Pension Insurance and Customs Office, Zoll. Best for genuinely independent, project-based work where the contractor has multiple clients and operates autonomously. Partnering with a licensed temporary work agency, AUG company, the Deel EOR model. This is where Deel's expertise becomes invaluable. Critical distinction: Germany does not legally recognise the traditional employer of record, EOR model. Instead, companies must engage talent through a licensed temporary employment agency, known as an Arbeitnehmerüberlassung, AUG company. These agencies must hold a valid AUG license, which is mandatory for any labour leasing arrangement. What Deel, as an AUG licensed partner, handles: preparing compliant employment contracts and documentation, registering employees for payroll and statutory benefits, managing onboarding in full compliance with German regulations, running payroll in Germany, ongoing HR and administrative support, tax withholding and social security contributions, navigating termination procedures. Pros: quick market entry, days rather than months. Reduce compliance risks, no legal entity required, all legal and administrative responsibilities managed. Cons: less direct control than having your own entity, but Deel provides full operational management of your employees. Best for companies of all sizes looking to enter the German market quickly, test the market, or build a remote team without establishing a local entity. Understanding Germany's complex labour laws. German labour law is not consolidated into a single code, but comprises various acts that provide comprehensive protections for employees. Here are the critical regulations every employer must understand. 1. Employment contracts. While verbal contracts can be legally binding in Germany, written agreements are essential for compliance. As of 2026, permanent contracts may be issued in digital text form, while fixed-term contracts still require a handwritten or qualified electronic signature. A compliant contract must include full names and addresses of employer and employee, contract start date and duration, if fixed-term probation period, probezeit, up to 6 months, maximum place of work, job description and duties, remuneration information, salary, allowances, bonuses, overtime, working hours, leave entitlements, notice period payment timelines. Critical note for 2026. If recruiting third country nationals, non-EU, from abroad, you must provide written notice on their first day explaining their right to seek free labour law advice. 2. Working hours and rest, periods, Arbeitszeitgesetz. Germany maintains strict regulations on working hours. Standard working hours, 8 hours per day, 40 hours per week. Maximum daily hours, 10 hours, with overtime averaging 48 hours per week over 6 months. Mandatory breaks, 30 minutes for shifts exceeding 6 hours, 45 minutes for shifts exceeding 9 hours. Daily rest period, minimum 11 hours between workdays. Weekly rest, at least 1 day off per week. Giving a 35-hour uninterrupted weekly rest period, employers must record employees' working hours and overtime. 3. Leave entitlements. German employees enjoy generous statutory leave. Annual vacation, Bundesurlaubsgesetz. Minimum 20 days for a 5-day work week, 24 days for a 6-day work week, based on a full calendar year of employment. Public holidays. 9 national public holidays, though this varies by state-paid sick leave, Entgeltfortzahlungsgesetz. 6 weeks of full sick pay, paid by the employer after 6 weeks. Health insurance covers 70% of gross salary, up to 90% of net, for up to 78 weeks within 3 years of an illness maternity leave. Minimum 14 weeks at full pay. Parental leave, Bundeselterngeld und Elternzeitgesetz. Both parents entitled to parental leave, paid or unpaid, up to 36 months per child. Parental allowance ranges from €300 to €1,800 per month. 4. Minimum wage, Mindestlohngesetz. Germany has a national minimum wage. As of January 2025, hourly rate, €12.82, 40-hour week. €512.80. Monthly average, approximately €2,222. The government regularly reviews and updates the minimum wage to align with the cost of living and inflation. 5. Employee representation and co-determination, Mitbestimmung. Germany's system of co-determination grants employees significant influence over company decisions. In companies with over 2,000 employees, workers have elected representatives on supervisory boards, influencing company strategy and decision-making. Works councils, Betriebsrat, must be consulted on certain employment decisions, including mass redundancies. This is not simply a suggestion, it's a legal requirement that employers must navigate carefully. 6. Termination and severance, Kündigungsschutzgesetz. Germany's Protection Against Dismissal Act provides strong job security for employees. Notice periods. During probation, minimum 2 weeks. After probation, period depends on length of service, typically 1 month to 7 months. Just cause requirements. Employers need a valid reason for termination. Misconduct, operational requirements, or performance issues. In severe circumstances, employers may terminate without notice, severance pay, not legally required under German law. However, typical practice is 50% of 1 month's salary per year of service, capped at 12 months' pay, or up to 15 months for employees over 50, often paid in mutual agreements or redundancy cases. Mass redundancies. Must consult with the Works Council before carrying out mass redundancies. 2025 rates. 0% up to €9,984, 14% to 42%, from €9,985 to €58,596, 42% from €58,597 to €277,825, 45% over €277,826. Social security contributions, employer share, component employer contribution pension insurance, 9.3% health insurance, GKV, 7.3% long-term care insurance, 1.7% unemployment insurance, 1.3% sickness levy U1, 2.5% maternity levy U2, 0.65% employer liability insurance, BG 0.06%, insolvency levy 0.09%, total employer cost, approximately 20 to 22% of gross salary, depending on various factors. Additional employer obligations, solidarity surcharge, gradually being phased out. Church tax, deducted from employee salaries where applicable. Payroll reporting to tax and social security authorities. Data protection and privacy, GDPR. Germany strictly enforces the EU's General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR. Employers must obtain written consent for background checks and data collection. Only collect relevant and necessary data for the role. Hefty fines for data breaches or mishandling of employee information. Skills development and reporting. From 2026, new compliance requirements emerge. Employers with over 100 staff must prepare to report on the gender pay gap. First major compliance deadlines approaching in June 2026. EU Pay, Transparency Directive reporting requirements. GICL compliance risks for employers. 1. Payroll errors. Incorrect calculation and withholding of income tax or social security contributions can lead to penalties and interest charges from German authorities, including the Federal Central Tax Office, Bundeszentralamt für Steuern, and the German pension insurance, Deutsche Rentenversicherung. 2. Employee misclassification. Misclassifying an employee as an independent contractor is aggressively pursued by German authorities. If discovered, back taxes and social security contributions become immediately payable. Penalties and interest charges apply. The misclassified worker may claim employee rights and benefits retroactively. 3. Unfamiliarity with labour laws. Non-compliance with key legislation, Civil Code, Working Time Act, Federal Vacation Act, Dismissal Protection Act, can result in legal disputes and employee lawsuits. Fines from labour authorities, reputational damage for permanent establishment risk. If a foreign company is deemed to have a permanent establishment, PE in Germany, a fixed place of business such as an office or long-term project site, it becomes subject to German corporate income tax trade tax on profits attributed to the PE additional registration and accounting requirements. How Deel solves Germany's employment challenges. Deel's ownership of entities in Germany, combined with in-house legal and compliance experts, provides a comprehensive solution to these challenges. 1. A UG license compliance. Unlike many EOR providers that cannot operate in Germany, Deel functions as a licensed temporary work agency, AUG company, ensuring full compliance with German labour law. 2. Localized employment contracts. Deel's contract workflow generates employment agreements that automatically incorporate all mandatory elements under German law, are vetted by local legal experts, and updated quarterly support. Bilingual, German and English, contracts include all statutory benefits and entitlements. 3. Accurate payroll. Processing Deel's platform handles income tax withholding and remittance, social security contribution calculations and payments, contributions to U1, U2, insolvency levy and other mandatory schemes, monthly payroll runs in compliance with German standards. 4. Market insights and compensation guidance. Deel provides data-driven insights on competitive salary benchmarks for German roles, minimum wage compliance, €12.82 per hour as of 2025, market norms such as the 13th month salary or performance bonuses, statutory, common and competitive benefits. 5. Ongoing compliance monitoring. Deel's knowledge hub and compliance engine provide real-time alerts when regulations change, country-specific guides maintained by 350-plus legal, HR, and accounting professionals, risk warnings tailored to your business, step-by-step onboarding with Deel. When you hire an employee in Germany through Deel, the process is streamlined and compliant from day one. Create the contract. Deel's platform guides you through country-specific requirements, including contract type, probation period, work hours, and leave allowances. Set compensation. Enter salary details in euros. The platform ensures compliance with minimum wage requirements and provides market rate insights. Add benefits. Choose from statutory, common and competitive benefits relevant to Germany, with pricing and coverage breakdowns. Collect documentation. The platform prompts for work eligibility proof where required. Fully GDPR compliant sign. Electronically, both parties sign through the platform. Permanent contracts can use digital form in 2026. onboard. New employees are registered for payroll, social security, and benefits in compliance with German law manage ongoing. Deel handles payroll runs, tax contributions, social security payments, and ongoing compliance, compensation and benefits, market norms and legal requirements. Base salary statutory minimum, €12.82 per hour. 2025. Most professional roles command significantly higher compensation. Salary should be stated in euros quarterly or monthly pay cycles are standard, with wages paid at month-end bonuses, 13th month salary. While not legally required, offering a 13th month salary or performance bonus is common practice. Many companies grant a bonus equivalent to 1 month's salary. Performance-based bonuses of 2 to 3 months' salary are common in some sectors. Benefits, statutory benefits. Social security, pension, health, unemployment, long-term care, 20 plus days annual vacation, 9 public holidays, state-dependent, 6 weeks full sick pay, 14 weeks maternity leave up to 36 months, parental leave, common optional benefits, private health insurance supplements, company car transportation subsidies, meal vouchers. Finding talent in Germany. To successfully hire in Germany, you need access to the right talent pools. Popular job boards. Stepstone, one of Germany's largest job portals. Indeed Germany, widely used for all roles. Job Mesh, popular among professionals. Arbeitsagentur, the government employment agency. Stauffenbiel, specialising in graduates and young professionals. LinkedIn, growing in popularity, especially for English-speaking roles. Working with local recruitment agencies provide access to pre-screened, high-quality candidates. Help overcome language barriers can be expensive. Their support typically ends once a candidate is hired. You'll still need to manage onboarding, payroll, and compliance. Unless you use Deel, localised content matters for HR buyers. When a VP of People searches how to hire employees in Germany, they are not browsing. They are solving an immediate operational problem. Citation challenge document. They need accurate, actionable information, clear understanding of risks and obligations, a path forward that minimizes complexity. This guide addresses all 3 needs by providing accuracy, information vetted against current German law and 2026 updates, risk awareness, clear identification of compliance pitfalls and penalties. Solutions, practical guidance on hiring models, specifically the Deel/AUG approach. Conclusion, your path to successful hiring in Germany. Hiring in Germany offers tremendous rewards. Access to Europe's largest economy, a highly skilled workforce, and a stable business environment. However, the regulatory landscape is complex, and compliance failures carry significant consequences. Your options. Set up a legal entity. GmbH. Full control, but significant time and cost. Best for large-scale, long-term operations. Hire independent contractors. Flexible but high risk for misclassification. Suitable only for genuine short-term project work. Partner with an AUG licensed partner like Deel. Quick, compliant, and low risk. Ideal for companies wanting to hire in Germany without the entity setup burden. Why Deel? AUG license for full German compliance. Local legal and payroll experts in Germany platform that handles contracts, payroll, benefits, and ongoing compliance, real-time updates as regulations change. Comprehensive support for HR, payroll, and employment law. Germany's labour market is too valuable to ignore, but too complex to navigate alone. Let Deel be your compliant partner in building a German workforce. Ready to hire in Germany? Contact Deel today to see how our AUG licensed solution can help you hire employees in Germany quickly, compliantly, and cost-effectively. Whether you need to hire one person or build a whole team, Deel handles the complexity so you can focus on growing your business. Start hiring in Germany with Deel. Compliant contracts, accurate payroll, local expertise, global support. Disclaimer: this guide provides general information about hiring in Germany and does not constitute legal advice. Employment laws are subject to change and interpretation. For specific guidance on your situation, consult qualified legal counsel in Germany.